What's up, everybody? Josh Armijo here. I hope everybody's doing good and well and stuff. I got an album review to do for you, and I'm going to be talking to you about the new album from the band Black Funeral, entitled Ankou and the Death Fire. This is released on Dark Adversary Productions, Iron Bonehead Productions. Now, if you're not too familiar with this band, they are based out of Spring, Texas, and the best way to describe the sound of this band would be a very occult, ambient, Luciferian style of black metal. Yeah. Black Funeral is one of those well-known and well-established institutions when it comes to the annals of not only U.S. black metal, but Texas black metal, putting out a wide array of very awesome releases throughout the last 20-plus years, making a very well-indented impact in extreme music. This project really made itself a valuable commodity with its first two albums, their debut from 1995, Vampire, Throne of the Beast, to their second album in 1997 with Empire of Blood. Both incredible albums in their own right, incredible vocal work, incredible lyrics, great musicianship, just straight out true to the roots black metal. And even some of this band's later 2000s material has some stuff to go on about, like 2004's Azzy Dahak, 2007's Waters of Weeping, and the last time we had heard something from Black Funeral in 2012 with Korans and Bloodrite, the EP release. Just some very eclectic and diverse sort of black metal, but still true to the roots of what the tradition of the sound is all about. And a lot of this music can be accredited to one of the main people who made a project like Black Funeral possible, Michael W. Ford. He's been one of the long-running people behind this project, doing the vocals and making a lot of great noise when it comes to delivering ambient sounds. Not only has he dabbled in projects like this, but he also has made an effort to make the Left Hand Path well known about with writing books, seminars, ambient music, opening a Greater Church of Lucifer in Texas. This guy really does take his craft and his style very seriously, and I feel he should be commended for making an impact in extreme music. But I would have to say Black Funeral is what is really the bread and butter for him, I would say, as far as extreme metal goes. When I found out that there was going to be a new Black Funeral album coming out in 2016, I was very intrigued and interested. And it was who he was going to be working with that I was even more interested to hear what was going to happen. Of course, the person he decided to work with for this new album was none other than Asgore, whom you may of course know best as the main guy behind one of the most acclaimed Australian black metal bands to ever exist with Drowning the Light. Very revered and accomplished person, great musician and vocalist, just an overall busy person. But I was very curious to know how he was going to be handling things as far as guitar and bass work and the other additional sounds go. And now here we are with the 9th full-length album from Black Funeral, entitled Ankou and the Death Fire. It's 9 tracks, and it clocks in at around 46 minutes in length. And honestly, this is really a return to form for a band like Black Funeral. I think the inclusion of not only Asgore to the band... I think the inclusion of Asgore in this project really breathes out a brand new fire and flame for Black Funeral. And with Ankou and the Death Fire, it's just really terrific stuff. I mean, starting off with the musicianship of this record, I mean, the one thing that really stands out a lot about this record is the riff work. The guitar playing is extremely aggressive throughout this entire album. When you first hear it on the opening moment, when the beginning of the song Shadows of a Boar begins, to Gwyn on Nude, Henchman of Death, just some incredible guitar playing going on with those songs. I mean, the riffs are very, very, very loud and raw and abrasive, and that's what it feels like throughout this record. I don't really sense an effort of cleanliness to be heard with these guitar riffs. It's meant to feel raw, very underground, very biting. I just love the way these guitar riffs sounds, and the inclusion of audible bass makes things all the more clearer. but more likely than anything, this is a very riff-driven record, and Asghore's riffs really make that much of a difference throughout the majority of this record, especially for some of the lengthier songs on this album, like The Morrigan and Bird of Death. I, I would pronounce some of these, but I have a feeling I may butcher them, so I apologize for that. So I'm just saying the alternative titles for some of these songs here. But really, the songwriting on here is very top-notch. I think the drumming is awesome, too. The drumming, like the guitar and bass work, has that raw, unvarnished sort of balls feeling going for it. The fills, the blasts, just the traditional black metal style of drumming being done on here. I really think it sounds great. The fast moments really shine. The more slow to mid-pace moments shine very good, too. I really think this is some really solid drum work. The drummer on this release isn't credited, so I don't know who exactly is drumming for this album, but this person really does a great job. An unnamed spirit, so to speak. And like previous Black Funeral releases, you're going to get a lot of really awesome bits of ambient and atmosphere surrounding the release, like before songs and after songs. Like on the instrumental track To Harvest Human Soul. I mean, that's just a very creepy sounding track in and of itself. And I really think something like that sets the mood for an album like this as a nice little halfway sort of mark. And even towards the beginnings and ends of songs, you get those special instances of ambient sounds and executions. And I think they really sound good. And when it comes to the vocals, Michael Ford is a wonderful vocalist here, and I think he probably delivers one of his best vocal performances yet with this release. Very wretched, very depraved. Very much you get that almost vampiric medieval sort of thing going with his vocal style. I think it's a really awesome vocal performance. Very well worded, very articulate, but evil sounding too. And that's the kind of feeling you get when you listen to a Black Funeral record, is his vocal style. I definitely can tell that this is way more inspired and angry. Especially when it comes to the overall concepts and themes of this record. Of course, like I said, this is a band that dabbles in almost ritualistic Luciferian sort of material, and with Ankou and the Death Fire, it's really no different. I really do think that he gets the point across very well when it comes to the overall concepts and themes and lyric writing and deliveries and all that other stuff. I really think it's a fantastic album to listen to. So, and him doing the vocal style and the way that he does makes it all the worthwhile, more entertaining. So, overall, this is probably Black Funeral at its most revitalized and recharged and revamped. I really enjoy the musicianship being done on this release. Great vocal work, great stories to be told here. This is probably one of the best Black Funeral albums to come out yet, and I think this is well worth the wait. So if you're into black metal, if you're a fan of Black Funeral, I would say give this new album a shot. This is probably some of the best material I've heard Black Funeral do in a very long time. So if I had to pick any favorite tracks, because I don't honestly think there's a bum track to be heard on this album, I would have to say Shadows of a Boar, the title track, Gwyn Anud, Henchmen of Death, the Morrigan, Battle Crow, and Labos and Ankou, Bird of Death. Just some really awesome songs to be heard on here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave you some links in the description box as to how you can get a hold of this album and listen to it. I will leave you a link to the Black Funeral Bandcamp page where you can stream this album in its entirety, hear it for yourself, and be your own judge as to whether you think it's worthy of being purchased or not. You can stream it digitally, and it is also available physically on CD and 12-inch vinyl. I believe Dark Adversary Productions put out the CD. I will link you to that web store if you want to buy direct through there. And I believe Iron Bonehead is handling the vinyl version, so if you want to get it through Iron Bonehead, get it through there, or keep an eye out for US distros that may in case happen to stock it. So again, the album is Ankou and the Deathfire by Black Funeral. This is released on Dark Adversary Productions, Iron Bonehead Productions. Go support this, and I'm going to give this a very solid 9 out of 10. Very awesome black metal. Texas black metal is very much alive and thriving thanks to a band like this, and yeah, we'll see where this maybe could land in my top 20 of this year. This is some solid stuff. Black Funeral is back with a vengeance. So if you happen to have heard this album, definitely let me know what you think about it and how you feel about it and how you think it compares to previous Black Funeral releases. Or any of you guys into Black Funeral, definitely let me know. I'm going to conclude this review. Thanks a lot for watching. Thanks for checking out my channel. Until the next time, Army Ho out.